Welcome back. It's now in our chapter 5, algebra expression. On the left hand side is our father of algebra, and he has great contributions in the field of algebra. Here we go. We have Legoland Malaysia. Wow, it would be a wonderful place. Okay, look at the price here. Alright, this is the price for the tickets. So what is the task for today? Well, let's have a look here. You are going to determine the total cost for the different number of adults and children, because we have family A, family B, family C with different numbers of children, different number of adults, and also senior citizen. You see we have family A, B, and C. Alright, then let's give a try. Okay, family A. Alright, we have 2 adults and we have 3 children. Calculations, simple, adult times 2, children times 3, there we get the total price. Okay, how about family B? We have 2 adults and we have 2 senior citizens, which is the grandfather and grandmother, right? And we also have 3 children. Alright, calculation. Okay, adults times 2, and we have children times 3, senior citizen times 2, and we get the total price. How about family C? Here we go, family C. We have 2 adults, 2 children. Okay, calculations. Adults times 2. Alright, children times 2, and we get the total price. Alright, so what are we going to relate this one? So you have it here, the total cost. We have number of adults. Alright, we're going to count how many number of adults with the ticket price of 222. Alright, what about number of senior citizens and child? We can just add them together. Alright, multiply the price of 176. Then basically you can get the total cost direct now. Somehow you can see the red color here, number of adults, something that we're going to count and not sure about. That's why we represent it with A. Something that it may be changing. If let's say you have 3 adults, if let's say you have 4 adults, so you're going to change the number here, correct? How about number of senior citizens and child? You may also change it accordingly. Alright, if you have different number of amounts of different number of senior citizen, different number of children, you're going to change the number here, but the price, surely you don't change it, correct? And then this is what we get: 222 times A, 222A, 176 times B, we get 176B. So A and B is the variable, okay? It's the variable in this expression. So the unknown or the information that we do not know, we're going to represent it using a letter or alphabet. Okay, then you'll feel like, seems like still okay, makes sense, right? Because number of adults is A. We're not sure how many number of adults. We're not sure how many number of senior citizens or the children. We can only know we are going to replace this with a number when we have the information. That's why the first technique you need to know is you need to learn how to use a letter or alphabet to represent the variable. Okay, let's have a situation here. Mr. Lim, I donate 50 ringgit to Yayasan Kebajikan Negara every month. Alright, we know about that. Mr. Lim is going to donate 50 ringgit. How about Encik Azlan? Encik Azlan, okay, every month I donate the same amount of money to YKN. Every month will be the same amount. Okay, so we have the informations. Alright, Madam Tavita, the amount I donate to YKN every month depends on the profit earned from the shop. Alright, so we know about that. The money that she donates will depend on the profit earned from the shop. So there are some information we need to know from here, right? Of course, the first thing we need to know something that we know the value, something that we don't know the value. Alright, so example, things that we know about the value is 50 ringgit. Okay, we know about how much is that exactly going to donate, which is 50. But we know the value. How about unknown value? Unknown value, which means we do not know the exact amount, but there are some information that we know. Okay, so let's say for this one, same amount. We don't know how much is that, but every month will be the same amount. And we don't know how much Madam Kavita is going to donate because it depends on the profit earned. Alright, so first thing, of course, we need to know what is a known value, what is unknown value. And from this example, you could see it already. Alright, and what is the next thing we're going to know about? The next thing we're going to know is there is a fixed value, there is varied value. So what is a fixed value? Fixed value, which means constant. It's not changing at any time. Alright, where can we see it? You can see it over here. Mr. Lee, donate 50 ringgit every month. Fixed. Do not change 50 ringgit. Alright? And Encik Azlan, same amount, which means it is not going to change every month. That's why two of them are having the fixed value. What about varied value? Varied value, you look at this one, varied value, which means it is going to change at any time. Not fixed, okay? It can be changing, alright? What is the situations? We can see it. Look at here, Madam Kavita. It depends on the profit earned. It depends on the profit earned. If that month earn more, of course, donate more. If earn less, then we'll donate less. So the amount is changing, right? It is not fixed. It is not constant. It is changing anytime. That's why you could see it here, varied value. Now you can see the difference. Alright, you need to know what is a known value, unknown value, and then what is a fixed value, what is a varied value. Okay, get the difference? Well, let's have some example here. Okay, you're going to represent the following. Alright, there are two situations here. You're going to represent the following with an appropriate letter. Letter here, which means alphabet. Alright, this is the first task. This is the first task that you need to know. Okay, you need to represent it with an appropriate letter. And then the next thing, what you need to do, you're going to determine whether the variable has a fixed value, okay, or varied value. You need to determine, is it fixed value or is it has a varied value? Alright, and the last thing, you're going to justify your answer. So basically there are three tasks, okay, that you need to do. The first one with appropriate letter. The second one, you're going to say whether it has a fixed value or varied value. And the third task, you're going to justify your answer. Okay, so we go for A, the annual interest rate for a fixed deposit offered by a bank. So you know that fixed deposit, which means we're going to put the money into the bank a year, then the bank will offer an annual interest rate. Okay, this one is annual interest, which means yearly. So let's say we put it in the bank for 1 year. After a year, the bank will give you an interest rate. So first task, to represent it with appropriate letter. Okay, so you already represent it with K. There, you get the first task done. And the second task, you're going to say whether it has a fixed value or varied value. So it is a fixed value. Okay, K has a fixed value. So this is the second task. Alright, and then you need to justify your answer. Justify, which means you need to give reason why you say so. Because the rate for the fixed deposit does not change throughout the year. Does not change. That is a keyword. So you already give the reason because you mentioned it does not change. That's why I said it is a fixed value. Yep, makes sense. And it is correct. How about question B? The traveling time taken by Faisal from his house to the school every day. Okay, we're talking about traveling time. Alright, let's see. T. Okay, T represents the traveling time. So you already represent it with T. First task done. Good. So you already represent it with T. Because usually time, right? Time, we're going to represent it with T. And then the second task, whether it has a fixed value or varied value. It has a varied value. Why? Why it has a varied value? Because the traveling time changes every day. But why? Let's say this morning, okay, there are some traffic jam on the road. So the traveling time may be getting longer. Alright, another situation, let's say Faisal going to leave the house earlier and he reached the school earlier. Okay, take shorter time to reach the school. That's why you can say that the time taken is not same for every day, correct? And that is why we mention it has a varied value because changes every day. Alright? Here are some smart tips for you. So look at the keyword. When you say that a variable has a fixed value, okay? Fixed value, which means it is always constant. Always constant. Constant, which means same. Alright? When you talk about varied value, the quantity changes over time. Okay, changes over time, which means it will not be the same. Alright, it will not be the same. This is how we're going to differentiate between fixed value and varied value. Alright, make sure you can learn about this technique. So here's your task for today, your self-practice 5.1a. Okay, your self-practice 5.1a, you are going to represent it with an appropriate letter, okay, with alphabet. Then you're going to determine, alright, whether it has a fixed value or a varied value, and to justify your answer. This is like what we have done before. So you can test on your understanding, whether you can get to understand about what you are going to learn in this topic. Alright, practice makes perfect, so try to do more practice and you can learn while you do the practice. So I guess that's all for today and we're going to see you for the next lesson. See you. Bye bye.